Look, and I'm going to switch us back to our beautiful view. Hi, Julie.
Hey, Jess.
Good morning, everybody. Let me see if I got my notification.
Oh, let's see. I'll look for mine as well. Good morning, YouTube. We're live on YouTube. If you join
And,
us,
and
please leave us a message here. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you'll be alerted when we go live.
mhm. and Julie's going to keep an eye on YouTube for us today.
I
Right?
am. So all the multitasking, 9,000 tabs open.
For real. Right.
Today's topic is a great one. So I know we're not going to tell it yet. We'll wait for a couple people to get on. So
Waiting on my
skip ahead,
notification.
YouTube. You can, if you're watching this on replay, skip ahead 60 seconds or so.
There
That's
we
what I
go.
don't.
Hi, Mary Alice. Let me pull this out.
Good morning, Mary Alice. She's on YouTube as
Nikki
well. Good
is here
morning.
watching. That's awesome. I wonder why they make you put in the title of the live video, and I always come up with such a good title. But then when you share it, it
It
doesn't
doesn't.
share that title of the video. It just shares the caption, which annoys me.
All right. Before we get started, I have to let my dog out.
Let's see. How's everyone doing? What's up? Mary Alice. No place you'd rather be, Nikki. Aw, that's
Aw,
sweet.
that
On a
is sweet.
Thursday morning. Well, I'm glad we didn't choose to skip this one. Julie's having lots of family this weekend, and so am I. So, really fought the urge to be like, yeah, let's just wrap up and call it an early week.
the struggle, the struggle. But we wanted to show up for y'all. So, and we love them. It's like anything, you sort of, it's like, but once you get to, it's like exercising. Let's say this is like exercising. So, once once you get into the moment, it feels really good. And after, it feels even better. So, hey,
I
Jay's
do,
on YouTube.
I do share that sentiment. It always feels better once we show up and we do it. So,
Exactly.
all right, today's topic. It's no secret because you're doing the live video. You saw the description. I like this one. It kind of hits home for me because social media marketing definitely, when I started my first business, controlled me. Like I could spend 8 hours a day on social media thinking I was doing the right things, but somehow, day after day, week after week, end on end, I was getting nowhere.
I don't
And
know
then
about
we like,
nowhere. I would say any effort is worthy. The problem is when you're not focused on the right things. So, and the time suck that social media can be today. I have to tell my friends now, do not do not judge our friendship based on the interactions that you get from my social media, because it's no secret we schedule our content. Hello, that's what we do. And I get on a couple times a day. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, because now with reels, wow, I have to fight really hard. If I see one that is like sucks me in, you can check out some reels for like 15, 20 minutes before you know it. And then look, what could you have done to drive your business forward in that 20 minutes? For real. So, for real,
real,
real.
real.
No
Jane,
pun intended. Haha.
wait, that was like totally intended.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our topic for today. Do we just jump right in? Because we're also going to share a little sneak peek or preview of the July content when we finish here. But as always, make sure that you keep your marketing questions handy so that you can ask them once we finish this little short training.
Yep, I say we go for it. Jump right in.
Awesome. All right. So we have your social plan in this first one. I guess we didn't really mean to put plan in the title, but you always want to have a plan when you come at social media marketing. If you do it without a plan, what is it? Failing to plan is planning to fail. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where I used to be. I knew I needed to network. I knew I needed to reach out. I knew I needed to post consistently, but I had no plan. I didn't know anything about strategy when I first started. And that was pretty much me ensuring that I spent 10,000 times more effort than needed to be spent on social media to see a good result. So, number one, make sure that you have a little plan of action that when you do sit down on social media to attack something for your business, that it's very clear, not so that you can avoid running off into the rabbit hole of scrolling or reels, as Julie mentioned, or stories, whatever it is that might tempt you. That plan of action is going to help you stay focused on the thing you need to do that's going to create the income.
And we all know that Jessica is the queen of like schedule and sticking to the schedule. So we all should aspire to be as productive as Jessica is. So having that plan, it will also help avoid analysis paralysis that people get stuck into with social media, as far as like, oh, what am I going to post? Like, and really, honestly, posting something is better than not posting. So, which leads us to create a social media calendar. So you have a plan, and your plan might be, hey, I'm going to, post, I'm going to do it at this time, I'm going to post every day, whatever. But actually having the calendar to help you sort of craft out that theme. Again, all of your social media should really be surrounded around your target customer, client, whatever that is, that it should be about them and not necessarily you. So when you pre-plan and have a theme and then also have a calendar, it really will hold your feet to the fire to be sure to post, and stay consistent.
Exactly. Oh, I'm so glad I got number 3 because this one's so easy. Avoid time sucking activities. And that in itself feels like an oxymoron because social media is created to kind of be a time suck, to take your mind off of real life. But when you're using it and you're trying to leverage the marketing genius that it can be, you really do have to avoid the time sucking activities. My worst one is newsfeed. Like I realize that's old school because there's so much new things there on social media, but I just love the mindless like scroll. And for me, that's my biggest weakness. And knowing that really kind of helps me whenever I am in a super focused place, helps me avoid that. So know what your tendency is when it comes to a time sucking activity on social media. Maybe that's reels for you. For my mom, she would play hours and hours and hours of games on social media she, if she wasn't careful about it. So make sure that you avoid those and you have fail safes in place, like your plan, like your checklist, like the timer. I love what Nikki said about that. Timing your tasks and activities on social media can really help too, because it creates that reminder that, okay, I should be done. And if I'm not, then you're checking in with yourself like, did I get distracted? And you just fix that and bring it back.
Exactly. And like I mentioned earlier, to avoid that time sucking, you can schedule your time to be on. Get on in the morning, get on in the evening, whatever. But really try to stick to that. And then if you just can't, you can outsource your scheduling. So with that, obviously it's no secret, like this isn't supposed to be a pitch fest, but there are all types. You can get a social media manager. You can, have someone that's an expert in your field, write posts, do the scheduling. There's all kinds of dashboards like the Social Incline dashboard, but whatever you can do to get those in ahead of time. And that might be yourself or to outsource it. So it's going to help, again, with consistency, which we know is a tremendous part of success on social media, is consistency. So when you can outsource or just schedule ahead, however that looks like, it's going to definitely make a difference and the stats. The stats blow my mind when we look at people's stats on in the dashboard, because we can see previous to them starting. Scheduling, using our content, whatever. And then you see those spikes. So outsourcing, scheduling are all great things for winning at social media.
For sure. All right. So the next one, this one is really important. And I think it tends to get a little overlooked whenever someone does become your social plan member, or they start having the outsourcing. They think, okay, well, that's taken care of. I don't even need to get on social media anymore. The reality is the algorithm can recognize when you're just when you're just putting content out there and you're not being social. So you want to make sure that you're not doing all of your efforts a disservice by posting and ghosting, or by failing to take time to comment and engage. So yes, you want to avoid the time sucking activities. You want to have a plan of action, and you definitely want to use those things when you sit down to be social on social media, because you're posting content, right? You're posting ideally your MVP content. So you have something motivational, you have something that's asking for engagement, and then you have something that's building your brand with the presence posts. You want to be sure that you are interacting with people, because social media is meant to be a two-way street, and the algorithm knows when you are not showing up on your end of it. So be sure that you set that timer, and you spend, maybe it's 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening, taking time to comment back, to engage with people, and to let people know that you're a real person, and you can build know, like, and trust around yourself and your brand doing that.
Exactly. And that's not just on your own posts. I mean, obviously, it's a given that if you put a post out and someone comments, you should be replying and starting a conversation with them. But this is also true of just being social. Take a few minutes, and that is what I do. Try to do. I block that. Do it 2 times a day, where I go in and I go into groups, and I make some comments. I answer some people's questions. This is casting a net as well. It just happened yesterday in the Leaders Network, where I answered a question, and then it opened up this huge dialogue that could bring us an agency client. So doing those things can definitely be money makers. You just have to be really cognizant of the time that it takes. So. And next, you're going to do more of what works. All right. So to know what's working, you need some analytics. You need, you need to, you don't even have to have the analytics. You get them in all of the platforms have them. The dashboard has them, but take note of what people are commenting on and try to do more of that. If you take a few minutes and rewrite a caption that we've provided, or just write your own caption for anything that you're putting out, and you're really being social with it, you're engaging, you're asking some questions or something like that, people will usually take time to respond. So if you find that more people are commenting on that type of post, be sure to take a second to, write in that same type of manner, put that same type of content out, do more of that.
Perfect. All right. So number 7, never post just for the sake of posting. I feel like this is a side effect of a small business owner who is starting to feel that social media is taking over. They know they need to post, and maybe they don't have any automation in place. Maybe they haven't gotten a plan in place. And all of a sudden it's late in the evening and they haven't posted anything all day. So they just post something to post. And that is the best way to be confusing on social media, and to not build that consistency and that brand awareness that you're trying to build. So every post needs a purpose. And again, your social plan. We've been working on it since 2016, so it's come a long way in terms of building that into it, where you have something that is meant to stop the scroll, it's meant to grab engagement, and then meant to build know, like, and trust for you in our MVP model. But if you're not a Your Social Plan member, just making sure that your content is on your content theme, which everyone should have one of those. All of your content should have a purpose. So make sure that you're sticking to that even when you get in a pinch.
Exactly. And, I see all the time other people in our space that are like, you don't, people teach you have to post 2 or 3 times a day, and that, or everything should be on brand, brand, brand. We buck the system on that. We are controversial in that, and that's why we had to put it to you in a way, that MVP strategy that explains why some of that content is the way it is. A motivational post isn't necessarily always about your business. It's about you. It's about, maybe your feelings on something. But it's casting that net, and bringing people in. So I always hate to see, the gurus that are teaching that everything has to be, the selfie about your program or whatever it is that you sell. So in our opinion, that is exactly incorrect. So, all right. Da-da-da. The
Number
last,
8.
yeah, number 8. We preach this all the time. Don't forget your call to action.
Woo.
So everything, even that content that I just talked about with the motivational and the visibility type content that we put out, can have a call to action. And with the call to action, that doesn't mean it has to be buy my product, buy my what. You don't have to tie it in like that. But a call to action could be as simple as, leave me a comment. How do you feel? It can just be a qualifying question at the end that sparks that conversation. So there are times for a true call to action, a promo type call to action, and like your P posts for sure with those. Need to lead to join your Facebook group, to get your freebie, to, schedule a call, whatever it is. But all pieces of content should end with something to do. People need that prompting of what's next. All right, so tell them.
Exactly. And if call to actions are something that are new to you, make sure you head over to our blog. We did a great live training that is totally free on call to actions and how to write them. And we also help our Socially Inclined Academy members with that every Tuesday in our content class. So be sure that you can head over to our store, sociallyinclined.com/store, and become an Academy member for just $15 a month. And we will literally help you, if you show up live with us, craft a call to action for that piece of content.
Isn't that awesome?
I know. When I say it, I'm like, we should be charging more for that.
100%. We're not going up on anybody that's already in there, but
no, we're not. We're not. But I love content class. I think it's really fun. So
agree.
Yeah, so that was the 8. And we know several of you showed up late. So let me do a quick run through while Julie gets ready to show. You gonna show July?
I am. Unless we have questions that will prevent it. So everyone get your questions, drop your questions.
All right. So social media marketing, are you controlling it or is it controlling you? If you're new, it's probably controlling you a little bit. If it's not, then kudos. But we gave 8 strategies to help you take control of your social media marketing and make sure you're getting the most of it. So number 1 was to have a plan of action. Number 2, create a social media calendar so that you're not posting willy-nilly. Number 3, do what you can to avoid those time-sucking activities. They're different for everyone depending on what your preferred platform is. So make sure you take a look at yourself and what tends to get you off track. Number 4, outsource your scheduling. Whether that is, if you can afford a $500 a month social media manager, go for it. If you need something more affordable, obviously we offer that. But you can also just do that right inside Facebook if you already have the content created for you. Or Meta. Sorry, Meta is now the big one. Take time to comment, engage, but make sure that you time it so that you're not, again, finding yourself distracted and down the rabbit hole 2 or 3 hours from now. What am I? Do more of what works and less of what doesn't. That seems so elementary when you say it, but if something isn't working, then shift focus, pivot, and do more of what's working until you have more time, until you have more control over it. And then you can come back and do some of those experimental things. Yeah, good point, Deanne. Canva allows scheduling too. So it's not just a pitch fest for YSP. Obviously, we've been doing it longer than just about anybody else. But there are lots of ways you can outsource your scheduling to fit your budget, to fit your needs, and things like that. So thank you for that, Deanne. Number 7 was make sure each post, each piece of content has a purpose. Is it slowing the scroll? Is it getting eyeballs on your account, on your profiles? Is it asking a question that someone's very likely to answer so that their friends will see that question too? Is it building know, like, and trust for you in the form of valuable content that is going to help your ideal client? If it's not doing something to drive your profile forward, to drive your business forward, then you need to reassess why you're posting in the first place. And finally, don't forget that call to action, because if you don't tell people what to do, they're not going to do it. Period. End of story.
Yay.
Recap.
Sounds so simple. I mean, it really is. You just need a plan, and to be a little diligent in the things. So the people we work with, we onboard the people that come into the dashboard, your social plan pro, and we always follow back up in a couple of days, and like the feedback we get from that is so amazing. It's like, oh my gosh, it's just so much easier when you have something to follow.
For sure. All right. Any marketing questions? If not, you're going to get to look at the July Your Social Plan content.
Exactly. And Canva. So really what we had thought about doing today, was to do some Canva. Everybody loves when we do the Canva work. So I'm going to just quickly show you July, but we're going to use the July content to kind of show you some things in Canva. So, all right. So drop your questions. I cannot get the chat to go away.
Yeah, and if you do have any questions while Julie is sharing her Canva expertise, just leave them in the chat. I'll be watching and talking back and forth with any of you who hang out with us. Nikki's in Canva now too. Let's go. All right. Pump it up.
Canva is just, I love Canva. So tell me if you can see my screen, or when you can
see your screen.
All right. So this is the Your Social Plan, the members area, not necessarily the dashboard. This is the members area. So I'm just going to show you. This is what you get. We even added this past Tuesday's content class, because we did reels and stories, and it would be such a help for anyone that has Your Social Plan, how to do that. So we dropped that in there as a bonus for you. So I'm just going to quickly switch to this. So July content. All right. So when you click it, it's just going to come here. We're going to do this next. But I'm just going to do a quick scroll just to show you. It's based on the MVP strategy. I'm not going to, it's a motivational piece to cast your net, bring in new people, visibility post to get them talking, and then a post prompt that is amazing. We've added in the last couple months, and we really haven't highlighted this, some fantastic fill in the blank. So the prompts.
Yeah.
Everyone,
those prompts are better than ever, and they're how do I say, more user friendly. That's a nice way, like idiot proof.
Yeah,
All you have to do is fill in the blanks, and they're like legit good stuff. Good stuff
exactly.
that's gonna build your brand and your know, like, and trust.
Yeah, I mean, just so out of the box things. So, like success tips from my favorite movie, and it's going to help you. It's such a good, these are such good prompts. So, I'm not going to go on and on about it because this is really more about Canva. But this is the content. They have Canva templates now. You will see that. So, our people, so some people don't want to change them. So we have them now pretty much branded on a palette that I'm going to show in just a second. So that way, if you post everything that we put out to Instagram, your grid pretty much matches. Okay. And we've given you a really easy way to change this to be on brand. So um, in the membership, if you were to click, let me open this in a new window really quick. So if you were to click this, it's going to take you straight to Canva. And then you'll see we have this brand palette to begin with. So this use template, oh my gosh. Hold
What?
on, people. It's making me log in. I'm on the other computer.
Oh,
I have to stop.
okay. So while she's doing that, Nikki wanted to know how to get there again. Idiot proof is right up her alley. So log in at socialincline.com/library. That's how you can access anything you've ever purchased or downloaded with us. Get into your social plan membership from there. Again, if you have the dashboard, we handle the dashboard through the software. So you log into the dashboard separately. But you want to log into the Your Social Plan membership if you want to see the view that Julie was showing just a second ago.
She's showing again. Tell me when you see it.
I will. I
Couldn't
don't.
remember if our password would show up, so I had to pause a second. That's the thing
Okay.
with live. So we see?
Yep, we see it.
All right, perfect. So when you click that, it's going to open up every single time a new whatever design in your Canva, and it's going to say copy of, and this is template July posting schedule. Okay. So with this, again, this matches exactly what is in that members area. And that is going to be located at socialincline.com/library. If you are a member, you're going to see everything that you own there. All right. So from here, it's kind of hard for us to pick a palette that works for everyone. And we also have a skincare and a fitness that some people have. So they are branded the same. So we had to try to find something that worked for all of these so that if someone had them and they didn't want to change them, their grid would look nice. So this was important to us. It was a huge endeavor to make this upgrade for y'all. We didn't go up on the price as of now. So, all right. So the brand palette. So if you have the paid, let me go here. If you have paid Canva Pro, then you can come and you can actually go to styles and you can set your palette. Okay. So here's the palettes that we use, but here's the Socially Inclined palette. So if I were to change and I were to go, it'll shuffle through and it'll let me change really quick. But we didn't want to force you into feeling like you had to have Canva Pro. Okay. So what we did was we created this brand palette up front. So if you click this color and you click here, then I wanted it to be let's say I wanted it to be, so for these to work, you need to stay in sort of the same color depth. So if this is a darker color, pick one of your darker colors. Okay. So I'm going to change this to this purple and I'm going to hit change all.
Bottom left corner for those of you who.
What was that?
The bottom left corner there, it says change all and that little purple button.
Exactly. So you'll see anything. I'm not sure if we had, there we go. That one was a dark. And so now it's purple. All right. So I'm getting somewhere. So these are going to be your blocks of color. So I saw the dark here. So now you got to change the font. So I want it to match that same thing. So I'm going to take purple that was there, and I'm going to make it the dark, and I'm gonna hit change all. Here's that change all button again. This is in the free as well, which is huge. All right, so that just changed. So now I don't have in my palette any of that dark color. So while I'm here, I'm just gonna grab and I'm gonna make this one be my lighter purple here, and I'm gonna do change all. All right, and I kind of doubt that I have any light text in that lighter color, but there could be, so I'll scroll on down to look. But you see how easy it is to change these. So you can take from this front one, you can run through. So this color sort of does match our palette, but let's just say, I don't know, we're gonna go, I don't have one in the palette, but we'll say if I wanted to take this, and I'm actually just gonna pick something that's sort of in the middle, that's still dark. All right, and I'm gonna change all. Now, these are coordinating colors. And there'll be some in there somewhere. All right, so you see how you can just pull this palette quickly, and you probably could do this literally in about 10 minutes after you get your palette colors set up in Canva. So we could post this and be totally on brand. If you don't like an image, if something that we have, literally all you have to do is come in and go to elements. So reminder, confidence can be taught, but a desire to change cannot. So confidence, I'm going to type in confidence and see what comes up. And then I'm going to go to photos because that's what I'm looking for, and I don't want to have to go through. All right, so something on brand, color-wise, there you go. All right, I can double click it. I can get it more centered. So that was just the crop button right here. If you double click it, there's a little Canva pro tip for you. All right. Again, all of these are going to save for you, in your own edition of this. So name it whatever you like. For the prompts, these are just representations here that are going to match, that are going to help you to be able to create an image in this. So what I like to do, this is really a pro tip, is I like to take what this prompt is, and I put it in this comment here. All right, and then I'm gonna hit comment. All right, so now there's my prompt. And then I would delete all of this, and I make my own image right here that matches this. Whatever I'm gonna make this prompt be, I'm gonna create an image to match it. And I can do it right here. I don't have to leave and open a new, anything. All right, what else, Jess? What else would be helpful for Canva class?
That was definitely a pro tip.
Yep, because, we're batchers. So when I'm in here, the prompts are the hardest for everyone. So if you don't love doing the prompts, I would say probably 9 out of people don't, but that's okay. So this is whatever we can do to make it easier for you to make this work. So like this TGIF, you can do. So if you were going to the movies, you could grab, something off of social media. Make sure that it is a royalty-free image. If you grab it, that's something on the movie, or either give credit to it. And post that way. Guess what I'm going to see tonight? All right, that's a great building. You're just giving people insight to what you like. So there is too now a new feature in Canva. So if I were to change this font from Brittany, so if we've got them on color, you also can change brands. So let's say I want to change it to this breathing. Now we've got this change all. So it will go and change every one of those that are in there in that font. Whoops. All right. And then let's say I need to just change it a little bit. There you go. So now that's on brand for me. I can take the same thing, and let's say if I'm looking for railway is our font. I'm going to change it. All right. So now you could literally run through and change. Now we do use a mix of fonts through here, so it will take you just a little bit to run through to do those. But amazing. So
Yeah,
again,
but not a whole lot. We try to just use a couple.
yep. So there's that breathing. It changed that one. There's the railway. So it changed. I didn't have to do anything to that post to for spacing.
Awesome.
All right. What else? So like this one, you'll run through, you'll see that you will have to, and it's just because of the size of the font itself. There you go. On brand. Um, let's see. So if you just wanted, like, let's say you just don't want to celebrate Mac and Cheese Day. All right. This is July 14th. It's a visibility post. Think of something else. What would you want to, like ask a question? Let's see. What if we took this? Because I just searched that confidence. And what if we ask a question about confidence? What's your biggest confidence builder? Or we could even take, again, something here. And just add my text. What's your biggest confidence builder? If you want to, you can change what this is. Take out the mac and cheese day. You're going to know this is a confidence post, confidence question. All right. Questions about Canva while we're here?
Yeah, she has a question. Sveta does. Can you show how you save the image to a folder and edit it? I've been editing them and downloading. So time consuming.
Yes. I'm so glad you asked. Let me pause because I don't have the dashboard pulled up. So 2 shakes. This is the biggest time saver period. So let's say, what I like to do is to go in. Give me just a second. I'm going to be in my demo account. I hope. What I like to do is to open it in the view that that you just saw me working in, and because I'm a batcher. Now we have a lot of pantsers that fly by the seat of their pants. So you're either a batcher or a pantser, in my opinion. So if you're a pantser, if you're a batcher, you're going to want to go through and get as much done at one time as possible. Okay. And then you can still save. Oh, let me go back and share. I'm in. Let me go back and share. All right. Where did we go? All right, here we go. So let's just pretend that, so we're not pretending, I'm a batcher. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to go and I'm going to get them as much as possible like I like it, okay? All right, then I'm going to File and Save to Folder. And then you can create a new folder or you can find one of your folders that's already there. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's see. So I have a folder, YSP. I'm going to put it in this one that's got the 3 asterisks. I think it's closer to the top. You can see I've done this for a lot of videos, so I'm not going to create another one to keep mucking up our, our space here. All right, I saved that. So I'm going to go to Calendar. So I like to work out of the calendar view. And so if I was going, let's go into July. So let's take, I don't know what I fixed, but let's just take this July 5th. All right. And then so from here, the dashboard automatically watermarks these for you if you have one in. And that's okay because it's still going to do it again if you choose for it to. You can add them on the fly in Canva. Like if you wanted it to be on the left side or somewhere else, you can, and just turn this watermarking off. All right. So I changed. We're going to pretend like I know I did. This one's changed. So we're going to hit Add Image. We're not going to delete this one yet. We're going to hit Add Image. We're going to design custom media. I always use Instagram because it is square. All right. And then from here, it opens up your Canva account. All right. Now we've got a bazillion folders. I was hoping it was going to be right here at the top, but apparently, wait, 1, 2, 3. Nope. All right. I'm going to have to go into the folder view. So folders. And now I'm looking for that 3. Look at all those.
Mucking up.
1, 2, 3. Here we go. For real. Man. All right. We're just, hold on. Peep.
So this will be a lot easier for you because you'll likely only have a few folders.
Right. I should have just created a new folder. Probably that's why I create a new folder. Let me see. Move to a folder. I'm going to create a new. We're going to do YSP. Add a new folder. All right. And then back in here. Whoops. Did I close that? The beauties of live. I just closed the window. 1 second. Anyway, you're going to find your folder and it's going to bring it in. So, but 2 shakes. I'm sharing again. Man, I hate live for this reason. All right. So we're going to go back to. Oops.
You do have a video on how to do this as well in the help desk.
There is.
Yeah.
What was that? The 5th.
Because it's always harder live because of the lag, especially when you're broadcasting to both YouTube and Facebook.
Right. It's pretty labor intensive on the computer. All right, but we're going to get it here. So, sorry. We'll have to go back and cut that out. I'd like to cut this out of this video, but live things happen. We're not going to. All right, so in here, typically it would be showing right. It would be showing in this folder, but we're going to go take the June one because it's here. It's going to look just like this. So when you click it, it's going to show them all. So we're going to pretend, sorry, people, we're going to pretend that this is the one that we're looking for. You're going to be able to look for, you know, the 5th, the 5th one. You're going to have that representation of what it looked like. You're going to be able to find it right here. Again, I'm a batcher, so if I would have brought in the right one, I would have been able to bring in the color already colored. But if you don't want to, you can do it here and be able to edit your colors right here. So I like to do it ahead of time. So there's that YSP333. Nope. Anyway, that's June. So I've done this so many times, I just don't know. But you get the idea. So that's how you do it. The quick answer is, again, in your Canva file, you are going to save as file. Here, since I've already done it, it's not move to folder, it's add to folder. So move to folder. I don't know why that didn't create a new one. By YSP. Add to folder. So if I actually went to that folder, you're going to see here too. You can find it here. So. And if I were to save this, I'm going to save this and show you. It just pops it right back in there. If you want it watermarked, leave this on and you can delete the old one. But we're going to go for gold here and see if I can just get it up. Anybody have any other questions regarding this? So remember, I saved it to a folder. Typically that folder for me shows up right here. So it's really driving me nuts that it's not showing up at the top. So search all folders and see if it comes up. July YSP. There we go. Now, here's the new one. Pop it in there. Remember, I already got it like I wanted it. If I wanted to make a change, I still can. I can click this image and I can move back up and switch it out. All right, so, but I love it just like it is. I'm going to hit Save Media. It's going to pop it right back in here. I'm going to delete that one, and I'm going to delete the old one. I'm going to leave the watermark on, and I'm going to hit Update. And then you're going to see when it refreshes, July 5th. Right here. And there's the new one with the watermark. All right. Sorry. All right. Questions? Trying to think of any other great Canva things. I know we barely have any time. There is something that we've never done. So like this reminder, if I were to take that, there's all types of effects. So if you wanted to add a drop shadow, it's going to be hard to see on this one. I probably should have done that. If you wanted it to be neon, how about that? See how it created that glow. You can do a background behind there. You get to change the background color. So if I wanted it to be in this light color, there you go. You can curve your text. Take the background back off. Change your curving to match the circle that's up there. Look at there. All right.
Yeah, I think animated text is really fun too. And for those of you who joined us for content class Tuesday, animated text and doing animations like that is a great way to turn simple posts into something like a reel or a video, just to change things up a little without much effort.
Exactly. And from here, you can go in. I don't know if a lot of people realize. So if I were to hit animate on the page, well, hold on, let me go back here. All right. So if I animate this, come on, then, I can have this, it'll show you a representation of what it's going to look like. And let's go to pan. All right. And on enter, on exit. So there's like a whole lot of options here. And then page animations, you can do the whole, like make the whole page come in. All right. So you'll just want to play with this. I probably would like to schedule to do an animation video and then apply to all pages. So the animations can happen to every single one. So you can bulk save time again. And that's why I'm a batcher. I like to do. Now, I don't think I'd want all of mine to look the same, but and to do the same thing, but you could if you wanted to. So again, animating is you're going to load it as a video. I mean, it's going to pop in there, but you're going to load it as a video.
Awesome. All right, let's switch back. You ready?
Yep.
Just want to make sure,
in on us.
Yeah. Awesome. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight. And if you're still a little confused about how to save to a folder and get it over to YSP, like we said, there is a video in the help desk.
Yep, I'm gonna.
We're not dealing with live. We're not dealing with lag and things like that. So it should be a little easier and quicker for you to follow, Nikki Savita.
Yep. So if you go to our help, it's actually YSP posting plan changes is the video. So, but there's a search. So if you type in Canva in the search, it'll come up and it'll say YSP posting plan, changes Canva and easy scheduling. Awesome. I don't have Facebook pulled up to drop it for y'all.
Oh. Whoops.
So, yeah.
So you can send me the link if you want, or we'll just post it in the group. How about that? It's not
right. Because I was sharing, Jate had a question on what are your thoughts on SMS marketing? SMS, text messaging marketing, basically is huge right now. People, the open rates are tremendous on that. Same with messenger marketing, the open rates, you're getting creative with things. There's ways to do that in a funnel where you capture their email address and their phone number, and then you put them in a text messaging marketing system. So like people do it a lot with, if you set a calendar, set a one-on-one, that it will remind them ahead of time. I would be careful with straight up promotional use of that. But imagine you were doing a 5-day challenge and you could set up and automate that SMS to drop the reminder, hey, it's time. Jatay's in fitness, so it's time to get up and do your workout. That is a great use of that. But there's tons and tons of options to use SMS.
Drop and give me 50.
Right? How fun could that be? And then with a GIF of you leading them in the text, like,
Oh,
so
goodness.
yeah.
Yeah.
We've used messenger marketing. We used to use it a lot, ManyChat, for when we drop new products or programs. And it was effective. It just, like everything else, it takes a little bit to set up. But once it's set up, it's awesome.
For sure.
But I like SMS and Messenger.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Happy Father's Day this weekend.
Exactly.
In case you forgot, Father's Day is this weekend. So if you need to, go get something.
Exactly.
And we'll see everybody on Tuesday for content class.
Yay. We don't know what the topic is. We know what the topic is, just not off the top of our head. So
I can
Jess might know it.
Content class. Content class. Oh, we're going to be talking about bringing your niche to life with pictures and videos.
Yay.
Like behind the scenes and other little snippets that you can share based on what your niche is. So be sure you join us.
Building know, like, and trust.
For sure. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye.